A father says a tearful goodbye to his son killed in an airstrike on rebel forces in Syria. It's just the latest of these heartbreaking images that are arising out of the renewed fighting near Damascus. The UN is calling it a monstrous campaign of annihilation. That is eastern Ghouta in Syria, where 300 people have been killed in this bombing campaign, half of them children. It is so bad, the UN is pleading for a ceasefire so it can get much-needed aid into those who need the help.
And we will have to push for it to take place as soon as possible, because there is no alternative but a ceasefire and humanitarian access.
The calls for peace come as warplanes continue to pound the last rebel-held enclave near the Syrian capital for a fifth straight day. More than 1,800 have been wounded in the assault led by the country's military and its allies. And the airstrikes have hit one children's hospital 4 times, taking out the facility's intensive care, incubator, and surgical units. Medical charities on the ground say more than a dozen hospitals have been hit, making it impossible to treat the wounded.
How many more children dying do we have to see? How many more hospitals bombed? How many more doctors killed do we have to see before the international community can come together with one voice and take resolute action on the situation in Syria to bring this violence to an end?
The UN Security Council failing to reach consensus today on a proposed 30-day emergency ceasefire. Hanging over the proceedings, the fact Russia can veto any deal, and Moscow has indicated it would support a temporary ceasefire as long as it doesn't apply to rebel groups involved in the current fighting near Damascus. Syria and its allies have been trying to recapture Ghouta since 2013. France, which also has a seat on the UN Security Council, calls the airstrikes a serious violation of international law.